Alright guys, welcome to Stress Reduce Fat Loss. My name is Ken Silva and I'm going to be talking today about EMF. No, it's not an old group for all you 90s people. Is electromagnetic fields. Now what is an electromagnetic field? It's a physical field produced by electrically charged objects. You'll go, what does that have to do with me? There are so many things that have EMF that give off through it. So it could be anything from our microwaves, it could be our refrigerators, it could be Wi-Fi pushes that. All these things produce an electromagnetic field. And we're going to be talking a little bit more today about why we should care about it and how to make that better in our life. So I'm going to give you guys a fact here. Okay, when it comes to electromagnetic frequencies, we always want to see, or fields, why is this so important for us to know? Well, most of what I'm going to be talking about is electromagnetic fields in our bedroom. And a lot of times we spend a third of our life, get that, a third of our life in the bedroom, hopefully sleeping. So as a result, a lot of these electromagnetic fields get to work in our system slowly over time. So if we can really zone in on our homes and see what are the problems and how to fix them, we may save ourselves a lot of problems long term. Why care about EMF? So think of it this way, like electromagnetic fields, they disrupt almost how our body works. It almost turns us into an antenna, okay? And then disrupts the cells that are in our body. And all of our cells, we all have a charge. Our system is charged. We have where there's action potentials in our muscles, how cells communicate, how tissues, how organs communicate. This is all slightly almost like receivers, frequencies, electronic. We are still an electronic being. Our heart has a charge, okay? So all this EMF will disrupt our system and tells the cells they don't seem to talk together properly. Okay, if I was to show you a picture of how we have EMF resulting in how cells function, you would see how different the cells look and how they do not interact and how they malfunction a little bit. So what happens for that? Lack of healing at night. All of our regeneration, tissue repair, healing of our systems happens at night. So without that, we begin to have what's called toxic load. We begin to have higher immune issues. We begin to have more, I want to say more disease, that's not right, but a greater chance of those things happening because we are not healing constantly throughout the night. Not to mention all the little things that come with lack of sleep, irritability, and so on. So let's talk about the different kinds of EMF. What are those kinds? So the first one we're going to talk about, static electricity. Everyone's like, oh, really? You're going to talk about static electricity, rubbing your feet on the carpet, shocking people? No, I'm talking about this kind of static electricity that are ions released from synthetic materials in your house. And people are like, oh, what is that? So a lot of times our furniture, our desks, our chairs, our flooring, a lot of the material is not natural material. So instead of having a, let's say, a wood fixture, you may have that's like a polycarbon instead. Something that is more synthetic, and these release more ions. Well, so what? I get shocked when I touch the door, big deal. A lot of it is also a feeling of nausea that can come with it for some people, a feeling of unwell, a feeling of exhaustion, because this charge is actually pushing in our system and changing how our body fires from organs to digestion to everything else. So what can you do? Really make sure you're checking what kind of materials do I have in my house? Are they more natural sources? Are they from a natural source to begin with? Or are they a synthetic kind of material that is in my house? That'll save you a lot of headache and a couple shocks too. Next kind of EMF I'm going to talk about is power frequency. So power frequency, when you look at, are different things that come from, let's say, the wiring in the wall.
Lamps, electrical sockets, power cords, and extension cords.
And then what happens when these electrical fields get produced? Something in there becomes the antenna. We then become the antenna in the room. And that antenna, because we become this kind of like that antenna that pushes other things, the cells in our body get confused. Our nervous system gets confused. Remember, our brain is highly electric, sending charge across the corpus callosum, getting us to think, remember things. Those all disrupt our systems when we have that kind of a power frequency. Okay, so what are some of the things that we can do in there? Well, obviously, so we can watch the wiring at night, unplug your, the lamps. If you're not using them all the time, unplug them, turn off your power bars. Those are all things that we just leave in all the time, and they're all emitting, they're all pushing all the time, and sometimes reducing that load reduces the load on our system. The type I'm going to talk about today is radio frequency or communications. So what is that? Those are cordless phones, which are kind of, becoming extinct, but cordless phones give off massive kinds of electromagnetic radiation, huge push from cordless phones. Like, I would say they're about 10 times worse than a cell phone in a different way. So having those cordless phones in your bedroom or around you get rid of them. And they're getting phased out anyway, so that's great. Next, another one, we're looking at Wi-Fi. Having Wi-Fi in your room or even below your room so it's pushing up. Huge difference there. What can you do? Some people will get they'll get a Wi-Fi you can plug in the wall. It's not Wi-Fi, but they'll actually get a router you plug in. And that may improve that signal so it's not pushing all night. What else? We're looking at cell phones. Cell phones are huge. Cell phones, have them out of the room. You've heard that a million times. It's pushing all the night, putting you in flight or fight mode, disrupting signals in your brain, telling you to heal. It's telling you to get up and run down the street and work out and do these other things. Cell phone towers, that's a little bit harder. You can't move a cell phone tower. You cannot move near one, but if one moves near you, I guess you could pick up and move your house. Is it worth it? I would. If a cell phone tower plopped, about 15 feet from my house, I'd be moving my house. Or actually I'd be moving away from my house and getting out of there. So those are all things that can really push into your system, and we want to watch and reduce as much as we can. Okay? Like I said, fix what you can, what you can't, move away from. It is worth it, trust me. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about when people they're charging their cell phones, making sure you're not charging your cell phone at night or charging off. There's little transformers actually in your little phone charger there. Small one, but still emitting huge amounts. And it's the time over night. And that's what you want to look at. Okay, we're usually in bed at least 6 hours. That's the problem. So like I said, during sleep, we do a lot of our regenerating, a lot of our healing. So it's really important. We don't want any disruption with that. We have enough on our minds with life and busyness in our lifestyle. Reduce the EMF as much as you can in your room so you can sleep, regenerate, heal, and keep getting better. Hope you enjoyed my post today, guys. I'm going to be posting again. My next topic is going to be how do you improve or turn your bedroom into a low EMF area. That's the next video I'm going to be putting out. Hope you guys look forward to it and enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in to Stress Reduce Fat Loss. I will see you guys next time. Take care.